Hola amigos, and welcome back. I'm going to show you guys how to manipulate some CSS and add some special effects using jQuery in this tutorial. So let's get started. Oh, one thing I want to say before I start this, and it has nothing to do with jQuery, but I went back through some of my tutorials and I noticed that it was kind of annoying when I watch the same tutorial over and over. Well, not the same tutorial, but the same series, and I kept saying things like "What's up, guys?" or "What's up?" or the same thing over and over. So I'm going to try and be a little different when I start out the tutorials. That way, well, I guess it's more for me because it was kind of annoying, but maybe you guys thought the same thing. If not, well, whatever. So, alright, I'm going to start by adding in some CSS. Say style, type is text, CSS, close that, and then I'm going to add a class to the anchor called test, and I'm going to give it a property of having some font weight of bold. There we go, just like that. And you can see how Dreamweaver helps you out with CSS. It's really nice. So, if you are following this series, you have already completed the first tutorial, and so you have seen this code right here already. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete the snippet from the last tutorial, and I'm going to add in something called an add class call to the script. So here is how we add a class to an anchor without having to actually go inside of the anchor and type in class. So since we got a test, it is test. So this is sort of an alternative to doing things like this. Class equals test. So that's how you add a class in jQuery. I'm going to save that. I'm going to run it so we can go check it out. There we go. See, you could tell that that it turned bold. And we can also remove a class using the remove class call, just like this. So whenever the document's ready, we added a class test to this anchor element, and as soon as we added it, we also removed it. So I'm going to go ahead and run this again so you guys can see that what should happen is this bold should turn to regular type. There we go. And it did exactly that. The next thing I want to show you guys in this tutorial is in jQuery there's a lot of different effects that are very easily added to the document object model using jQuery. So I'm going to get rid of what we just created there, and I'm going to say, actually I'm going to edit undo so we get back to the click call on the, there we go. So you can do the same thing. You can edit undo if you've been following me and come back to this click call on the anchor, and I'm going to leave the event .preview default because what's going to happen is we're going to click on this jQuery text and we are going to make it go away by using the hide effect. So I'm going to say this dot hide, and we're going to slowly hide it. Whoops, just like that. So what this is saying is it's saying this, which means this anchor method, since it's inside here, saying this dot hide slow. And this, if you've been watching the Dreamweaver CS4 tutorials, this is going to look really similar to some of the spry stuff that we were doing earlier. Some of the, I think we had like a collapsible panel that we were checking out. And this reminds me a lot of that. So you click on it, you see how that goes away whenever you click on it. I'm gonna reload and do it one more time. And whenever it's clicked, it just hides. So that's just one effect that is available inside of jQuery. I'm gonna go to jQuery and see if we can find some other ones. If you noticed, I'm looking at Steve Nash's YouTube channel, and actually Steve Nash is a pretty funny guy. You should check out his YouTube channel if you have a chance. But I'm going to go to the jQuery documentation, and if you're going to start following these jQuery tutorials, this is a place where you're going to want to spend a lot of time, because there's a lot of really in-depth documentation on jQuery that really help you out, and it's free, and that's awesome because you can go here and you can look at all of this stuff. But for now, I'm just going to click on effects, and you can see like there is a lot of, well, not a lot, I mean there's about 10 or 15 different effects, but you can see that hide is one of them. I'm going to click on hide, and you can see that here's the target.hide, and it should show us the different different ways that we can hide it, like slow or fast. But I don't see that, so I'm kind of disappointed. But go through this. Oh, here it is. The string's fast and slow right here can be supplied, and you can actually give it a time, it looks like. But this is sort of continuing an introduction to jQuery, and continuing an introduction to what we can do with jQuery. So now you know how to get to the documentation, and you've had a little more exposure to how to manipulate, how to add classes to anchors and to div tags later on. So hopefully your eyes have been opened up to a few more new things about jQuery. And in the next tutorial, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to go over yet, but I guarantee you're going to learn something new, and it's going to be awesome. So keep watching, and make sure you guys subscribe to the New Boston.